My dear friends, I am Paramahansa Yogananda, and what if I told you that every hour you spend meditating properly attracts more wealth into your life than 10 hours of hard physical labor? That the wealthiest souls throughout history understood a secret about consciousness and money that transforms abundance from something you chase through exhausting effort into something that flows to you naturally through alignment with divine prosperity. This is not motivational fantasy designed to help you avoid responsibility or excuse laziness. This is the actual spiritual mechanics of how meditation reorganizes your energetic frequency to become a magnet for financial opportunity, resources, and abundance in ways that physical action alone can never accomplish. What I am about to reveal will fundamentally challenge everything you believe about the relationship between effort and reward, between work and wealth, between doing and receiving, and it will give you a practical technique rooted in the ancient science of Kriya Yoga that allows you to harness the manifesting power of deep meditation starting tonight. Before we explore this revolutionary truth, I need you to activate your receptivity by writing in the comments immediately. Through meditation, I align with infinite prosperity. Write this now, because when you make this declaration publicly, you are not just typing words on a screen. You are issuing a command to your subconscious mind that begins shifting your vibrational frequency in this very moment. Your deeper consciousness responds to clear intention, backed by action, and commenting is your action that signals readiness to receive the full transmission of this teaching. The universe honors those who demonstrate commitment through concrete steps, not just passive listening. Write it now, and let me show you why the most financially successful people throughout history, the ones who seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle desperately, were practitioners of deep meditation, even if they did not publicly discuss their spiritual practices. Listen carefully to what I am going to explain, because this will illuminate why you have watched people who work half as hard as you accumulate 10 times the wealth, while your exhausting efforts produce minimal financial results, while others seem to manifest money through invisible means. Why the relationship between effort and income is not linear but exponential for those who understand consciousness. You have been programmed by society to believe that wealth is the direct result of hard work, that the more hours you labor, the more money you should earn, that physical action is the primary cause and financial reward is the effect. This belief is completely false, but it is profoundly incompleteness. And that incompleteness keeps you trapped in a paradigm where you trade your life energy for money at a fixed rate determined by someone else's valuation of your time. You work harder, you earn slightly more, but you never break through to the realm of exponential abundance, because you are operating purely at the level of physical action without engaging the far more powerful level of consciousness that actually creates reality. The truth that I discovered through decades of intensive meditation and direct communion with the divine intelligence that orchestrates all manifestation is this: physical reality is not solid and fixed as your senses perceive it. Physical reality is condensed consciousness, frozen energy, materialized thought. Everything you see in the material world began as a thought, an idea, a vision in someone's consciousness before it took physical form. The chair you sit in, the building you occupy, the money in your bank account, all of it existed first as consciousness before becoming matter. This is not philosophical speculation. This is observable truth verified by quantum physics and known to yogis for millennia. When you understand that consciousness precedes and creates physical form, you realize that working only at the physical level is like trying to change your reflection in a mirror by touching the glass instead of changing what stands before the mirror. Your financial circumstances are the reflection. Your consciousness is what stands before the mirror, creating that reflection. Until you change your consciousness, your external circumstances cannot permanently transform no matter how much physical effort you apply. Now, here's where meditation becomes the secret weapon of wealth creation. When you enter deep states of meditation through proper technique, you are not just relaxing or reducing stress. Though these benefits occur, you are actually accessing and reprogramming the subconscious mind, where all your automatic patterns beliefs, and vibrational frequencies are stored. Your subconscious controls 95% of your thoughts, decisions, behaviors, and most importantly, the energetic frequency you broadcast into the quantum field that attracts matching circumstances back to you. If your subconscious programming says money is scarce, I am not worthy of wealth, rich people are greedy, I must struggle to survive, then no matter how hard you consciously work, your subconscious will sabotage your efforts and ensure your external reality matches its internal programming. You will unconsciously make poor financial decisions, repel opportunities, attract people and situations that drain your resources, because your vibrational frequency is tuned to lack rather than abundance. But in deep meditation, the barrier between your conscious and subconscious mind dissolves. You gain direct access to the programming level of your being. You can observe the limiting beliefs and karmic patterns that have been running automatically. More importantly, you can implant new commands directly into your subconscious that override the old programming and establish a new vibrational frequency aligned with prosperity. This is why meditation attracts money faster than hard work. Hard work operates at the effect level, trying to force external circumstances to change through physical manipulation. Meditation operates at the cause level, changing the consciousness that creates those external circumstances. When you shift your vibrational frequency from lack to abundance through consistent deep meditation, the universe must reflect that new frequency back to you in the form of money, opportunities, ideas, connections, and resources that flow into your life with far less physical effort than you previously required. I witnessed this principle in operation throughout my own life and in the lives of countless students I taught over decades. When I first came to America with no money, no connections, no institutional support, logic said I should have struggled immensely to establish my mission of bringing Kriya Yoga to the West. But I did not struggle in the way the world struggles. I meditated deeply every day, often for hours, entering states of communion with the divine abundance that is the true nature of reality. From those meditative states, I would emerge with crystal clear guidance about what actions to take, which people to contact, where to focus my energy. The right people appeared at exactly the right time, offering help I had not asked for. Money came from unexpected sources to fund our work. Doors opened that had seemed permanently closed. This was not luck or coincidence. This was the natural result of aligning my consciousness with divine will and divine prosperity through the power of meditation, then taking inspired action from that aligned state rather than desperate action from fear and lack. Let me explain the precise mechanism through which meditation transforms your wealth frequency. When you sit in proper meditation posture, close your eyes and begin focusing your attention inward using techniques like watching the breath or practicing Kriya Yoga exercises. Several things happen simultaneously at the level of brain function and energy flow. Your brainwave patterns shift from the beta state of normal waking consciousness down into alpha and theta states where the subconscious mind becomes accessible. Your nervous system switches from sympathetic activation, the stress response that keeps you in survival mode, into parasympathetic activation, the rest and regeneration mode where healing and reprogramming occur. Your life force energy, which normally flows outward through the five senses, engaging with external stimuli, reverses direction and flows inward, charging your subtle energy centers and raising your overall vibrational frequency. In this altered state, you are no longer identified with your limited personality, your fears, your historical patterns. You touch the infinite consciousness, that is your true nature, and from that expanded awareness you can perceive and attract possibilities that are invisible to the ordinary mind trapped in survival consciousness. This is why wealthy people who meditate often speak about their best ideas, their most lucrative opportunities, their breakthrough insights coming not during work hours, but during or immediately after meditation. In the stillness of deep practice, the conscious mind, with all its limiting beliefs and analytical chatter, quiets down. The intuitive intelligence that knows your Dharma, that perceives opportunities invisible to logic, that operates from abundance consciousness rather than scarcity fear, rises to the surface and delivers guidance that creates exponential results with minimal effort. One insight received in meditation can be worth more financially than months of hard labor, because that insight puts you in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, aligned with the natural flow of abundance, rather than fighting upstream against the current through sheer willpower and effort. Now I'm going to give you the complete meditation technique that will begin transforming your wealth frequency tonight. But you must commit to practicing this with absolute consistency for at least, because that is the minimum time required to establish new neural pathways and subconscious programming that override your existing patterns. Starting this evening, set aside 30 minutes in a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Sit with your spine straight, either in a chair with feet flat on the floor or cross-legged on a cushion, because spinal alignment is crucial for proper energy flow. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, tensing your entire body on each inhale and releasing all tension on each exhale. This preliminary exercise clears stagnant energy and prepares your nervous system for deep practice. Then allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm without trying to control it. Simply observe the breath flowing in and out, noticing the sensation at the nostrils or the rise and fall of your abdomen. Every time your mind wanders into thought, gently return your attention to the breath without judgment or frustration. This is not failure when the mind wanders. This is the practice, training your attention to remain focused rather than scattered across countless distracting thoughts. Continue this breath observation for 15 minutes, and you will notice your mental chatter gradually quieting down, your body becoming deeply relaxed, your awareness expanding beyond the confines of your usual tight identification with personality and circumstance. After 15 minutes of breath meditation, shift into the wealth magnetization practice. Keeping your eyes closed and your body still, begin to visualize golden light entering your body with each inhale, filling every cell with the frequency of divine abundance. As you exhale, visualize any dark or heavy energy of lack, fear, unworthiness leaving your body and dissolving into the earth. Do this for several minutes until you feel your entire being filled with golden radiant light. Then, from this elevated state, begin repeating silently in your mind with deep feeling and conviction, I am one with infinite abundance. Money flows to me effortlessly. I am a magnet for prosperity. Divine wealth is my natural state. Do not just repeat these words mechanically like a robot. Feel each statement as absolutely true. Generate the emotion of gratitude as if the abundance you are declaring has already manifested. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between actual experience and vividly imagined experience accompanied by intense emotion. When you declare your abundant identity with feeling in the receptive meditative state, you are literally rewiring your subconscious programming. Continue this practice for another 10 to 15 minutes, alternating between the golden light visualization and the prosperity commands, always maintaining the feeling of abundance already present rather than something you hope will come in the future. When you finish, slowly open your eyes, take a moment to ground yourself, and carry that elevated frequency into your activities for the rest of the day. Then, 1 hour before sleep, repeat a shorter version of this practice for 10 minutes to reinforce the programming. And finally, in the crucial 60 seconds before you drift into sleep, when your conscious mind has relaxed its grip, but you have not yet fallen unconscious, make this final command to your subconscious with absolute authority. I command my consciousness to align with divine prosperity. I am a powerful magnet for wealth. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. This is my identity, not my desire. This is my reality, not my hope. I decree it done. After speaking this command with feeling, release all mental effort and allow yourself to fall asleep naturally. That final programming in the threshold state between waking and sleeping has tremendous power, because the subconscious is maximally receptive at that moment and will work throughout the night to reorganize your thoughts, beliefs, and energetic frequency to match the command you have issued. Within 24 hours of beginning this practice, you will notice the first signs of shift occurring in your consciousness and circumstances. You might wake up with an idea for generating income that never occurred to you before. You might feel differently about money, less anxious and grasping, more relaxed and trusting. You might suddenly remember an opportunity you had dismissed or forgotten. You might receive unexpected communication from someone offering work or proposing a collaboration. You might notice money showing up in small ways, finding cash you did not know you had, receiving a refund or discount, having someone repay a debt. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations that your vibrational frequency is shifting, that your subconscious is accepting the new programming, that the universe is responding to your elevated consciousness by sending matching circumstances. Acknowledge these signs with gratitude, because gratitude amplifies the abundance frequency and accelerates the manifestation of larger financial blessings. As you continue this meditation practice consistently over 40 days, the changes will become increasingly dramatic. Opportunities you would have missed before because your consciousness was not tuned to perceive them suddenly become obvious. Your intuition about financial decisions sharpens remarkably. You find yourself making better choices automatically without struggle or second guessing. You begin attracting people, information, and circumstances that support your prosperity rather than drain your resources. Ideas that can generate significant income flow into your awareness during or after meditation. You experience synchronicities where you think of something you need and it appears or someone offers it. Your relationship with work transforms from exhausting obligation into inspired action that feels natural and energizing. And most importantly, money begins to flow into you in amounts that are disproportionate to the physical effort you are expending, because you are now operating from the cause level of consciousness rather than just the effect level of physical action. But I must warn you about the most common mistake people make with this practice. Do not meditate with the agenda of forcing money to appear. Do not sit there mentally grasping for wealth while pretending to meditate. That grasping energy actually repels abundance because it broadcasts the frequency of lack and desperation. True meditation means surrendering your agenda, releasing attachment to outcomes, entering a state of communion with the divine presence that is already infinite abundance. When you touch that infinite source in genuine meditation, abundance naturally flows into your life, not because you demanded it, but because you aligned with it. It is like tuning a radio to the right frequency. Once you are tuned in, the signal comes through clearly without effort. The meditation practice I have given you tunes your consciousness to the prosperity frequency. Once tuned properly, wealth flows naturally without desperate striving or exhausting struggle. I also want to address the relationship between meditation and inspired action, because some people misunderstand and think meditation means passive waiting for money to magically appear. That is not how this works. Meditation does not replace action. Meditation elevates the quality and effectiveness of your action. When you meditate deeply and consistently, you receive intuitive guidance about what actions to take, and those actions produce exponential results compared to random, unfocused activity driven by anxiety and lack. You're not working less. You're working smarter, working from alignment, working from inspiration rather than desperation. The wealthy people who meditate still take action, still build businesses, still provide value in the world, but their action comes from a centered, peaceful state of consciousness that attracts success rather than from a frantic stress state that repels opportunities. This is the crucial difference. Meditation transforms you into a prosperity magnet, so that when you do act, your actions hit the target and produce results that seem disproportionate to the effort you invested. Now take the action that anchors this teaching in your reality and signals your commitment to transformation. Write in the comments, right now, I am a prosperity magnet through the power of meditation. This declaration activates forces in your subconscious and in the quantum field that begins supporting your stated intention even before you sit for your first meditation session tonight. The universe responds to clear commitment backed by action. Commenting is your action. Do it now and feel the subtle shift in your energy as you make this public statement. That feeling is real. It is your consciousness recognizing truth and beginning to reorganize around that truth. My beloved friends, you were not meant to struggle endlessly with money while feeling exhausted and depleted. You are not born to trade your precious life energy for barely enough resources to survive. You are a divine being with direct access through meditation to the infinite intelligence and infinite abundance that creates and sustains all existence. When you learn to tap that source through consistent deep practice, wealth flows into your life with an ease that will astonish you and everyone who knows your previous financial struggles. But this knowledge is completely worthless if you do not apply it. The universe does not reward passive consumers of spiritual information. It rewards those who take sacred teachings and implement them with dedication and faith. Starting tonight, commit to 40 consecutive days of this meditation practice. Do not analyze whether it is working. Do not doubt. Do not question. Simply practice with full devotion and watch as your financial reality transforms in ways that defy logical explanation, but confirm what your soul has always known. You are one with divine abundance, and when you align with that truth through the power of meditation, the entire universe must reflect that truth back to you in the form of material prosperity that serves your highest purpose and elevates all beings you touch.